All right, what's going on, gang? So, first and foremost, my apologies for not going live last night. I was dealing with a bout of, I think, food poisoning. Ate some pasta, I think some bad mussels, and which wiped me out. I also had one of the worst sinus headaches, and not put me in bed by 9 o'clock last night. So my apologies, and we missed a friggin' walk-off win by the Yankees, which I think is what their third of the season. We got 13 more to catch up to last year, so hopefully we'll be able to celebrate all those in due time. But let's recap this game, okay? Anthony Volpe was 0 for 4. Gleyber Torres 0 for 4. He's batting 236. Anthony Rizzo is 2 for 4, batting 289. Who else is up here? DJ LeMahieu was 1 for 4. Willie Calhoun, his bat's starting to heat up, was 2 for 3 with another home run, his second in a row, was for second game in a row. Harrison Bader was 0 for 3. He'll need a couple days to kind of get back into his groove too, but more consistent play. It was a scary collision between him and Oswaldo Cabrera last night. Thankfully, it sounds like none of them are seriously hurt, so take that. Thank the heavens for that one. Jake Bauers was 1 for 3 with his first home run as a Yankee. That's one of the things we're most excited about, right? His power output and potential, and hit that home run. Same inning as Willie Calhoun. We'll go through that too. And he's very level-headed and just very well-spoken. I interviewed him after the game, and so one of the things that excites me about him too. So IKF was 1 for 3, and with a key bunt in the 10th inning. Kyle Gashioka 0 for 3. Jose Trevino was 1 for 1 with the walk-off hit. We'll get into that. Kyle Gashioka, batting 182. He could be one of these guys that could be victimized and replaced when guys like Ben Rortvedt come back or Austin Wells come back. So it's something to look out for. And especially with the catchers kind of getting back healthy and already being productive, something to look into. But and I'll keep you posted on that. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, I hope that you do. Because I'm going to I'll fill you in on everything. You'll be updated on all the latest stuff when it comes to the Yankees. Okay. Now, pitching-wise, Clark Schmidt, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, 0 earned runs. So better than he has been. Still not there, but better than he has been. I'll give him that. Ian Hamilton is becoming a very valuable member of this bullpen. 1 2/3, clean baseball, 2 strikeouts. Jimmy Cordero, another weapon in the bullpen. Clean inning as well. Ron Marinaccio, 1 2/3, another valuable weapon here. Got a 1.93 ERA, 2 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. Clay Holmes, again, we'll talk about him shortly as well. He had a rough spot, a third of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run in 9 pitches. And Albert Abreu got the win last night because it was an extra inning game, 10. Clean inning with 1 strikeout. Okay, that's pretty much the box score. Now let's go through the plays itself. Guardians took a lead 2-0 with a couple of RBI base hits from Andres Jimenez and Josh Bell in the first. Then in the bottom of the 5th, the Yankees struck back and tied it with a Willie Calhoun home run and a Jake Bauers home run. Okay, and then in the top of the 9th, off of Clay Holmes, the Guardians took a 3-2 lead off an Oscar Gonzalez bloop single. And that's that single where these guys collided. So that was a tough one. Okay. That was a very hard play. They were both kind of, angular heads up towards you, diving, both of them, and unfortunately didn't catch the ball. So then Willie Calhoun tied it in the bottom of the 9th, becoming a clutch player here with an RBI single, make it 3-3. And in the bottom of the 10th, yes, you know who it is, WWE fan, Jose Trevino. He admitted last night he's a big WWE fan, so kudos to you, Jose. RBI single to walk it off 4-3 for the Yankees win. The Yankees took the series 2-1. So I know a lot of folks are frustrated right now at the Yankees play. Kind of hard not to be, but they took that series. Take that. On to the next series against the Tampa Bay Rays, which is obviously a tough team. But you never know. We'll see how the Yankees perform against these guys. Okay? And a lot of people are already telling me the season's over, this, that, that. Just like Brian Cashman said, and he addressed the media yesterday. And he said, don't rule him out. Don't rule this team out. And they're looking for, any ways to get better. But he's right, too. It's early. Like we've said this. It's early in the season. You're not going to find guys that are available in the market right now for trade. It's just not going to happen. And people that are on the free agent market wouldn't make an impact. So he's not wrong there. But I know a lot of people, nothing better to do with their time than bash Cashman, and then flip it to bash boom, bash boom, bash boom. Go right ahead. Okay? And he's not wrong. And again, these are a lot of the same people who said last year, if we don't sign Freddie Freeman and Carlos Correa, we're going to be a 4th-place team or last-place team. They won the division. Okay? Don't predict stuff ahead of time. Doesn't do you any good, especially this far ahead. So I wouldn't rule these guys out. Am I frustrated? Yeah, as are the rest of us. But again, it's May. It's not September. Okay, I'm not ruling out this team no matter what, especially when they get healthy. He said the same thing. I've been saying the same thing. They need to get healthy. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's true. Okay, they have tons of players on the IL. Okay, but speaking of injuries, Robbie Ray done for the year. He's getting Tommy John surgery now, so he's not only going to miss this year. He's going to miss probably half of next year too. And again, a formidable member of the Seattle Mariners squad who's all of a sudden playing a hell of a lot better. It's one reason I said that Shohei Ohtani is my dark horse free agent pick for the Mariners, because not only will they, obviously he'll be an upgrade over Robbie Ray, but when Robbie Ray comes back, they'll have a freaking three-headed monster in the rotation, okay, or maybe a four-headed monster. But he'll also have a partner in crime with Julio Rodriguez offensively. Like, he's a perfect player for the Mariners, an unheralded team who's on the upward trajectory, who, you know, I'd rather see him on the Mariners than on the Dodgers. It would make more sense. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Dodgers are the clear favorites. They're maneuvering payroll, but it is what it is. So he's still my prediction for the dark horse for the Mariners. So, but now back to, and Angels also have a pitcher down for Tommy John as well. And I think it's Alcides, something like that. But this is why a lot of us are afraid of that Carlos Rodon is going to go back. But, you know, he's not having issues with his form and his elbow now. He's having issues with his back. It's not recovering the way he should be recovering. So they're running him for more tests today. So, but either way, and not having him sucks. But the silver lining on the flip side is Luis Severino is starting his rehab officially. So he's officially on his, you know, steps back now to getting back to the race. He's going to throw a few games, and then he'll be back up at the major league team to give the rotation hopefully another weapon there to complement their bullpen. Okay, which again, getting some valuable weapons. I know losing Lou Trevino sucks. Tommy John, they have Tommy Kahnle coming back, and then we also have like Ian Hamilton, Jimmy Cordero, valuable weapons in the bullpen, which gives a little bit of flexibility to the next guy I want to talk about, Clay Holmes. One of the things that, you know, obviously he's not pitching well. You know, he was a 6 ERA guy. Matt Blake and I guess analytics saw something in him, and they brought him here, and he had about a 2.2 ERA for quite a bit of while. And then he struggled towards the end of the season. He's struggling now. Again, he's back to like a 5 ERA, which is not where we want him, not where we need him. Okay, it's definitely a frustrating situation. But I was looking back and seeing like, is there any trend here? And with regards to the Yankees closers, or guys have turned into closers or whatever, that Clay Holmes is kind of experiencing. Well, there is. And this happened with not only Dave Righetti, but Mariano Rivera, Aroldis Chapman, even Rafael Soriano when they brought him in for a couple of years to replace Mariano Rivera when he tore his ACL shagging fly balls. People forget that, but he brought Rafael Soriano. He was the top closer in baseball at the time, behind Mariano Rivera. But one of the things that the Yankees have done, and I can't speak for other teams, but they let these guys, relievers, closers especially, work through their problems. So they still put them out there and let them struggle and let them hopefully get over the hump. And it happens to Rivera. It's happened to a lot of teams, a lot of players. Dave Righetti, Soriano, Chapman. Now, some of these guys regress afterward. I get it, like Aroldis Chapman. And it just wasn't a fit here. As much as people say, oh, look at him now, he's pitching better. Yeah, so what? But Kansas City's not going anywhere. So what? Okay, it's just a better environment for him at this point. Did you really want him back here? No. So what are we complaining about? Right? So, but these are the things that the Yankees have done historically over at least the last couple of decades. Let these guys, you know, and it's different than a starter. You can either sit down and you skip them a start or whatever. These guys throw longer stretches every 5 days. Relievers can go out there every other day and throw a couple innings, but it's a different approach with every team. So whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 innings, and these guys, the Yankees, let them work through their problems. So they will go through a crummy stretch before they get through a good one there. So my guess is at some point Clay Holmes will get significantly better. For how long, we don't know. That's something they're going to continue to work on, I think. But thankfully they have guys like this, like Hamilton and Kahnle coming back and Cordero to kind of mitigate some of this, you know, this tough stretch for this guy, Clay Holmes. So, and again, this is not a prediction. This is what I've noticed. Just going back and researching a little bit of the Yankees' history with relievers. They let these guys do that. And again, Mariano Rivera, greatest closer in history, he had bad stretches too. Okay, I mean, it's not as long as Clay Holmes, but obviously he's the greatest pitcher of all time, so you can't really compare the two. But he's had bad stretches. So I'm thinking that the Yankees are kind of following the same type of pattern here. I don't know if any of you notice it. I don't, but it's something that I've noticed. And again, we'll continue to fill you in on that. I'll continue to fill in on everything else in Yankees land. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, I hope that you do. And if you enjoy the content, just hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. But I just want to make sure none of you guys and gals miss anything. And obviously, I'll feed you in on other teams too. But Yankee land is our #1 priority here, obviously. But we'll talk about everybody else too. But that's the Clay Holmes insights. I want to know if you agree or if you have different thoughts about it. Put them in the comments. Okay, celebrating that walk off. And I don't want to miss any more walk offs. Again, we got 3 this year. I think it is 3, and we got 16 last year. So we need to catch up. Okay, hopefully we'll celebrate more walk offs, and hopefully this propels them into a better, at least mind frame, and maybe a little bit more focus against the Tampa Bay Rays, which they're going to need. And they're going to need all, weapons firing. We need Oswaldo Cabrera to come back to his normal self, right? And we need that, okay? And I know Oswald Peraza is strong, but he's not playing regularly. We can't expect him to play consistently well if he's not playing consistently. So we need to give this guy a stretch of games here. So take advantage of this right now. You can DH a guy like DJ, or Rizzo, or on occasion you can rotate DHs, right? Whatever it is, but even Peraza, let's just play him on a regular basis and let his bat catch up to his glove. So that's just insight there. But let me know what you think of that. Okay, let's talk about it. I'll be back with the lineups later, and hopefully we'll celebrate another win for the Yankees. Peace.